Hello, Gil, and welcome back.
Hey, how are you, Tanya?
Yeah, good, thank you. So thanks for coming back on. Today I really wanted to just sort of talk about golf balls for beginners because there's so many different brands and it can be so overwhelming sometimes to really sort of think about which is the best golf ball for me, rather than just pulling something out of your bag or grabbing or that somebody else may have. So if we talk about sort of the journey into golf for women and potentially what would be the best golf ball for a beginner, and because this is mainly aimed at women, we can sort of talk about golf balls for women who either have no handicap yet or to a range of maybe 40. If you could kind of talk to us about what the best ball there would be.
When someone comes into golf, the first thing they're going to do is just get a whole lot of balls, which obviously from our point of view, we sell the A grade or the B grade and they have a head around. When someone wants to actually get serious with their game and actually wants to get into the game and improve their handicap over a long period of time, short period of time, whatever it takes, the best thing they can do is to try and get to a ball that they consistently use. One of my big promotions is basically buy yourself a good set of, a good six, bunch of B grades, bunch of practice grades, but all of the exact same make and model. So it's no use having a whole range of Strixons because different Strixons do different things completely. So with a woman coming into golf that's got no handicap and wants to get it down, say to 40, let's make that the first goal. Primarily, the best thing they can do is look at the balls that are created for women. And like give you an example of the Strixon soft feel. There's an SF lady, and then there's the male equivalent, which is a Strixon soft feel. The Strixon soft feel is a great ball for men coming into the game, but the SF lady is specially designed to have a higher launch. So predominantly what women do better with is distance cover, length of. So this launches the ball higher in order to give you a little bit more, gradient, and you can see the ball do that rather than just going very low. Which some people think going low is a bad thing. When you get into wind later on in your game, you'll love those low shots. That's the crazy part about it. You wish you could hit them just on the spur of the moment. So a woman coming into golf, the best thing I can advise for them to do is to have a look at the main areas that cater for beginner woman golf. You've got a bunch of other brands out there. I can't get into them all. There's probably all up about 40 different ones. From my perspective, for a female, the best area to be looking at is primarily, as I say, the ladies-based golf balls, which is your SF Lady from Strixon. You have the Pinnacle Soft in pink, which has got on the white ball has pink writing, or it's in pink with blue writing, and it's a soft ball, but it's got great trajectory as well and a lot of carry. Or alternatively, something like the Callaway Super Soft or the TaylorMade Lady Burner. So all four of those are designed for a golfer, a female golfer, who's probably just getting into the swing of things, wants the feel of a nice ball coming off the club, so doesn't feel like a rock, and gives them a good feel around the greens. So you've got a bit of spin on them, not a lot, so you can control some of the short game thing. It comes down to really a personal thing then. As I said, as I speak about a lot, is some people just like different parts of their game, how they feel with the ball. I'm a big one for the putter. If it comes with my putter good, I feel good on my ball. Some people will be driver, irons, wedges, whichever it is. So in your question to us, what would I say? I'd say those four choices are probably the best for women coming into the game.
Great. And then I remember asking you this when I first started, and you recommended the Strixon, and I tried the Strixon soft feel and soft feel lady, and I'd agree that it's got a nice feel to it. It's, I have tried a harder ball and you can certainly tell the difference.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it does, some people like that harder feel, predominantly the soft feel does overall in the whole industry. Soft feel seems to be the more popular one, but there are people that do prefer the harder connection of the ball. And off the putter as well, they like the actual clink of the ball, the sound of. It's what makes them putt well. You know what I mean? We've all got our own nuances in golf, and you will find certain things. I can play with a golfer who plays almost identical to me. He may play Titleist, I'll play Strixon, for example. There's no reason, but it's just personal preference, But they both cover the same area of golf that you're trying to attain to. So yeah, in the start of it, female, definitely look at female balls. There's a lot of product out there, like your Real Line, your Lynx. They're beautiful colors if you're into colors, which seems to be a very popular thing in women's golf, to have a lot of bright colors. If you're going to look for the colors, that's fine. But again, try and come back to a certain brand and definitely certain model. It will help your game. The more you play with the same type of ball, the more your body, your muscle memory, your brain, everything remembers. That's how it feels. So you get more and more confident. And especially around your short game, you'll come to a point where chipping, because you've used that same ball, you know exactly how it's going to react when it gets to the green. So you'll get more confident. Oh, I can throw this one a little bit nearer the pin, as opposed to pitching it well short. And it's just those little nuances which will save you a lot of shots if you work it out. Say on 18 holes, you might have a third of the round, you've got a pitch, you know, or a chip in. If you can cut down one shot out of those three, there's 6 shots off your round, just like that. And that comes from using the same sort of ball consistently. So yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess, do the soft feel balls allow for a little bit more forgiveness?
Oh, absolutely. They don't accentuate the spin, which I'll talk about more when we talk about the low handicap balls. What that does is, like, as I've explained before, my own personal situation is I was cutting the ball 2-3 fairways to the right, but I was playing the best ball around, which is one of the Pro Vs, you know. Went back to a tour soft, which is a less, you know, accentuating ball, and suddenly I was keeping it within the fairway or just on the next hole. What that did for me is gave me more distance that way towards the hole, which is the goal at the end of the day, and brought in shorter irons, and just automatically my score started to improve, because I wasn't hitting 5 irons over a set of trees trying to land on a green and stop it. I'm hitting an 8 iron in from a reasonable position, and it's just the lower the club, the easier it is to control, you know, and the better chance of scoring better. So that's just my own experience, and that's why coming back sometimes people go, oh, I want to play the best ball. The best ball may not be the best ball for you at that point in time. Yeah. So awesome. I would, on the men's side of beginner golf, there is such a range to get into. I can run through a few of them with you just to give a bit of a balance for them. All right.
Wouldn't want to feel like they're missing out.
Yeah, we don't want to have men missing out. But primarily, again, most men don't struggle with distance. So for them to buy a distance ball is probably not the best idea for them, because they're going to hit the ball a good distance. They want to have more control. So a good balls to start off for men would be TaylorMade Burner, the TaylorMade Burner Soft. Again, you've got the different feels there. One's really soft feeling, one's a little bit firmer. The Strixon Soft Feel, which is the comparative to the SF Lady, and that's a good ball. Titleist True Feel actually came out on top of the stats this year as being one of the best all-round balls for even a high or mid-range. And that's the entry-level ball of Titleist. So it's got great reviews as an overall performance. Again, it doesn't accentuate spin, so it is going to help you minimize those big hooks and those big slices. So yeah. And then of course, Callaway Super Soft is across the board, male, female. It's a good all-round mid-range ball. It's probably one of the most middle balls you can get, because it covers so many different elements, and it's very, very popular across the globe. And a good solid ball to use. So yeah, and that would be my advice to the beginners, just strictly because they're a very affordable ball, even brand new. Secondly, they're going to help your game. They're going to minimize the real ugly stuff, and that's what you want from a ball.
Yeah, and I guess that's great advice, because as a beginner, you actually want to be able to head down the fairway rather than playing in the trees by yourself while all your friends are
it's not going to cure all your problems, but it's going to lessen them. Let's put it that way. And lessening the width will always help the scorecard. Yeah,
definitely.
It's just, yeah, you're hitting much shorter irons in. It's going to help you. And as I say again, it comes down to how often you play with that same ball. And that's the benefit of what we do in secondhand golf, is where you go out and spend $20 on probably 3 brand new balls. $20 in this range, you can probably get yourself 10. So you can actually have an opportunity to try the ball throughout the round. So yeah.
And it's not so expensive, is it? When you're losing so
not at all. Yeah, absolutely does bring the cost down a lot. Because I mean, obviously we do Takapuna, which is very much a lot of people begin their golf career on courses like Takapuna and Chamberlain Park. So we see the whole range of balls come through there. So, and the amount of beautiful, nice $5 balls that have been hit once or twice, it must hurt by the end of the round. Yeah.
Yes,
So, yeah.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So thanks very much for that, and I hope that's going to help some of our listeners. Just try to look for one of those soft feel, and I'll put some of those links below so that people can reach out and find those. So I really appreciate your time, Gil.
Not a problem at all, and we'll see you soon.